Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Giant Connoisseur. My name is Jordan Omogbei and welcome to the show. This show, I wanted to make sure that I am truthful and honest with you guys because you guys spend your hard-earned money on these fragrances, and I would be a hypocrite if I didn't tell you that I myself also indulged in cologne fragrances. That being said, I'm not too fond of them because I think they've oversaturated the market, but in doing my due diligence, I want to make sure that I share with you my favorite cologne fragrances that I think are worth the money because times are hard and it is time to do some saving. So let's get into the show. First things first, housekeeping. Your money matters, so let's not waste it. So please, I do implore you, make sure that you're sampling. I don't care how cheap a cologne fragrance is. It is important for you to sample it because I might like it and you might not like it. Because at the end of the day, fragrance is subjective. It is. There's some fragrances that I love, everybody loves, and you'd be surprised, my wife hates it. But it's still a good fragrance. With that being said, let's get into the show. The first fragrance I'll be speaking about today is one from a house, I don't want to call them a house, a dupe house that is based here in the US. They're based out of Chicago, and if you guys, are in the fragrance community, you probably already know what I'm talking about. I am talking about Yeoman Law's Baywatch. And essentially what this is a cologne fragrance or inspired by Louis Vuitton Afternoon Swim. And what you get in here, similar to Afternoon Swim, you get the notes of bergamot, mandarin, oranges, ginger, and ambergris. Very simple notes, but smell amazing, especially this time of the year, spring, heading into summer. This is definitely worth the buy for me. I think I bought this for about $84 for 100 ml. That's not too shabby. Just don't grab it by the cap because it's gonna fall and break on you. But for what you get here, man, this is a pretty good fragrance. Now, is it better than Louis Vuitton's Afternoon Swim? To my nose, as you can hear the wife in the background, to my nose, probably not. But for what you get in here, it is better than any other cologne I smell, because typically what I hear about cologne fragrances, they can kind of have that screechy smell. They can tell that it copied something or it doesn't smell as refined or cheap like my guests is in the background saying. But other than that, I think this is a brand that is worth the buy. Get your nose in this. This is Yeoman Law's Baywatch. Next on the list is a fragrance that I've hyped up, the internet has hyped up, and if you guys you guys follow me, you guys know that I call this the little blue beast that is Extrahelos Blue Talisman. And the gold fragrance that I think most encapsulates what that fragrance is about is, again, Yeoman Law's Blue Spell. And just like Blue Talisman, this has notes of those citruses in there. I think it has ginger, it's musky, it just does the trick, man. And it gives the feeling of Blue Talisman. I'm not gonna lie about that. That musky, gingery smell off top. But does it capture the full essence of the fragrance? To my nose, probably not. Every time I wear Blue Talisman, man, it's just, there's something about it that just gets my juices flowing. And this one, while it is a really good fragrance, in my personal opinion, it doesn't compare. But if you're someone who's looking for affordability and you're stronger money and you still want something that smells good, I would say go for this, because this is probably the most put together cologne I have smelled. And just in general, man, this house in Milan, they're doing a pretty amazing job when it comes to clones. They don't smell synthetic, they don't smell cheap. They do smell very well made, and you can tell by the craftsmanship that have been put into these fragrances. Get your nose in this. This is Yeoman Law's Blue Spell. Next on the list is a fragrance that I did not personally have in my collection. I have tested it, and one day I'm going to pick it up. I just don't know when. I've tried the samples, and I'm loving it. And I am going to buy that full presentation from Louis Vuitton one day. And you guys, this fragrance doesn't get hyped enough. I think because of the price point. It is Louis Vuitton's Symphony, and good God Almighty, that is such an exquisite fragrance. It just smells so good. So simple, but so good. I think it has about 3 notes. I think it's bergamot, grapefruit, and ginger. That's it. But boy, oh boy, that thing, whatever Jack Cavalier did with that concoction, so simplistic, but just so good. And again, I'm probably glazing here, but it is what it is. Yeoman Law, like I said, they do a really amazing job. And this is another one from Yeoman Law. This is Melody. As you can tell, I've worn this quite a bit. On my trip to Japan, this was one of the fragrances I took with me because I just felt to go to a place where, you know, they kind of, from what I've heard and what I kind of experienced a little bit, they're kind of conscious heavy with fragrances, so I figured like this would fit there. Since I was going to a new place, it's not offensive, very easy to wear. But let me tell you, man, both this one and the one from Louis Vuitton, whatever they added to it, in the concoction that they cooked up, this thing can be loud if you want it to be. And it's very shocking. This is one of the loudest citrus summer fresh fragrance that I've ever smelled and I've owned. And this one also does it too, does it very well. Although I would say, in comparison to this, to the real thing, man, obviously the real thing is still superior because I still want a bottle. Because every time I go to the mall, I stop by Louis Vuitton, I always go there to smell Louis Vuitton's Symphony. I just haven't, fucked up the courage to spend $580 on a bottle of fragrance just yet. One day I will, but I don't know when time will be. But until then, I'll be enjoying this cologne because, while this cologne evokes the feeling, it doesn't give me the extra oomph that I get when I smell the real thing. So, and, that's why, although I do wear clones myself, I'm a huge proponent of, if you can, save your money to get it and just buy the real thing. Like, it just gives a better feeling because as someone who has gone through thousands of bottles, trust me, of cologne fragrances and have been left disappointed and have to give them away, sometimes it's rough. All that money I spent in testing all these clones, I could have just set that money aside and just bought the real thing. But if you're strung up on cash and money savvy, I think this is a good option. It's really good. It is really, really good. Guess on this. This is Yeoman Law's Melody. Next on the list is a fragrance that last year, I think 2 years ago, got a lot of hype. I bought it and ended up being a really good fragrance. I haven't worn it that often, but when I first got it, I wore it quite a bit. And it's, for what it is a really good fragrance. It's a monster. This is none other than Dumont's, oops, I almost dropped it. Nitro Red. And what you get in here, this kind of reminds me of a watermelon-y, like Invictus Aqua type fragrance. It is very, very synthetic. I gotta lay that out first. But for what it is, man, it is really good. And I think I remember I paid about $30 for this bottle of fragrance. And the projection is there, it lasts all day. And it is freaking amazing for the price, man. And as you can tell, I always say, man, look at the dents. I've worn this quite a bit. I did not reach for this style of fragrances like I used to. It's just too synthetic for me. But for what it is, I myself can admit, this is a really, really, really good fragrance. Yes, in this, this is Dumont's Nitro Red. Next on the list, this one, although it's not one of my favorite fragrances, it's still a pretty amazing fragrance. And this fragrance kind of changed the last couple of fragrances. I think it came out about 10, 12 years ago. This is Dumont's Celerios Oros, and this is a clone of Creed Aventus. But I think what they've done here is taking the likeness of the Chinese Hachivats and Creed Aventus, and they've taken the best of both parts and put it together, and they made a hell of a fragrance. And to be honest, I think this is the first, I won't say first clone from a Arabian house that does not sell cheap, that does not smell cheap. I had a couple a while ago that I had to get rid of because it just smelled too synthetic, but this one does not actually. This one smells pretty good, and I haven't one in a while because I have Creed, I have Hachivats. I just have other fragrances that I think are better in this style. But for 30, 40 bucks, man, if you're hard in on cash, this is it. Smells amazing, it's not synthetic, it gets the job done, and plus, whatever else they did to it, it does have a heck of a projection on this one. So for what it is, it's really good. Now, is it better than the real deal? It's not. Is it really good? Yes. Yeah, man, so if you're ever looking for a fragrance, or you're trying to start up and you don't know where to go and you need something to kind of break you in that's not too expensive, yeah, I'll say this is a pretty good buy. Guess who's on this? This is Dumont's Celerios Oros. With that being said, thank you for tuning into another episode of The Giant Connoisseur. It's really a great pleasure having you guys go on this journey with me. Please, like I said earlier, make sure you're sampling these fragrances. They might, even if they're clones, maybe it's $30, $40, $50. $50 is a lot of money. And just because it's a clone doesn't mean you should go wash it down the drain because somebody said a clone is 100% exactly like the real deal. No. Be smart with your money, smell good, be smart with your money, and enjoy the journey of discovering fragrances. On that note, the Giant Connoisseurs out.